Hi there, Serial Trader here. Well, given that we continued extending downwards here, and we did not hold yesterday's lows, I'm going to have to do a little relabeling here and also just point out some key things I'm watching. All right, so I am still currently viewing this as wave C of an ABC expanded flat wave 4, and I mean, one of the reasons I'm really leaning into that is we have this distinctive three wave move to a new high. You almost never finish a move with a three wave subdivision unless it's like a ending diagonal or something like that. And this is definitely not characteristic of an ending diagonal, the type of action we had leading up to that high. So to me, still like it for three down, three up, and we're working that five down for C. Now, not so unusual to have a very severe five wave decline in wave C of an expanded flat, really scare everyone out, or even worse yet, lure some shorts in near the lows, only to rip off their face and surge back up the new highs after. But let me get into more detail here. Okay, let's put up some levels. Now the true invalidation of the wave 4 scenario would be overlap with wave 1. That would come into play at 39.8387. So let's just call that 39.84. You can see we still have some breathing room before that would happen. Some things that catch my eye. We have a gap to fill here, okay, at 4,020 and change. So that could be a target. Basically come down, close the gap, and then reverse. We also have some Fibonacci relationships, so we'll consider this the orthodox top for wave 3 because this, at least as labeled this way, this can be viewed as a B wave of wave 4. So the actual wave 3 top was here at 42.18, hence why I'm doing the fib pull from here, the wave 2 low at 38.53 up to that 42.18 level. So let's do that, and let's put up the two most common wave 4 Fibonacci relationships. That would be the 38.2% and the 50% fib retracement. So you can see we've stabbed past the 38.2% retracement, and the 50% retracement would come right into the basically in the middle of this gap that has yet to be filled. So I'll just remove the 38.2 since we've already gone past that. The 50 will be the next retracement level of interest to watch. And what else do we got going on here? Okay, well, let's go in on, say, a 15-minute price chart. Or maybe a 30-minute. No, 15 was looking okay there. And let's actually go through step by step, trying to label the subwaves of this five-wave decline in progress, okay? So I would say, okay, we got a little wave 1, and then this is probably A, B, C running flat wave 2, and then looks like we got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 3. This is our, well, we'll just call it ABC up for 4 without going into too much detail. A 3-wave move up, whether it's ABC or WXY. I'd have to go on like maybe a 1-minute price chart to get all the subdivisions, but clearly a up, down, up sequence. So a 3-wave move up for wave 4. And I believe we are working our 5th wave to the downside. Okay. So this looks like it's getting pretty mature here. I mean, if we want to try and get into let's go to a 3-minute chart, maybe for the subdivisions of wave 5. And let me just make sure I'm on the right degree here. Okay, so we should drop this degree by 1, since I have the little C wave of 4 as one higher degree. So if we want to do that, then I'll go back to that 3-minute price chart, and let's go a degree even smaller than that to try and get our heads around the subdivisions of this wave 5 of C. So I think we got a 1, 2. Nice gap down for wave 3. You do typically see gaps in third waves. So within wave 3, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the third. 3, yeah, okay. So 5 of 3. That's obviously a 3-way move up. ABC up for 4. And then we got a 1, 2. Looks like we're 3 in progress. Probably need a 1 more little bounce up and decline back down. So a little bit more work to be done here. And let me just drop this degree by 1. A little more work to be done here before we can count this cleanly with all the subdivisions down as complete. But it's certainly getting close, right? So I just wanted to do that exercise on that small time frame just to see, well, how close do we look to having a completed count? I think we're pretty close. And we have some technical areas of interest coming into play soon that would also suggest that we're getting pretty close to completion. I mean, I haven't shown it here because I don't think it's that important, but we have some short-term technical oscillators that are obviously very oversold now at this point, RSI, etc. But I want to focus more on the pattern than on the oscillators here at this time. Okay, now I may come back to this, but let me go to the thinkorswim chart just for a moment. Another thing I'd want to point out, so we have the 50-day simple moving average coming into play right away here. This is on the daily chart at right around 4,050, 40.49.94. So let's just call that 4,050 currently as of today's close. So we got the 50-day simple moving average, which, by the way, act as a pretty decent support level here on this prior pullback, this wave 2. So perhaps it will do so again. Again, we got that gap fill right here. Okay, this would fill the gap, and that is at 4,020 and change. Okay, so we got some areas of interest coming into play, other than the fact that we do have a mature-looking pattern or correction coming to fruition here, right? Okay, I just want to basically show that 50-day moving average here on this chart, but we'll go back now here. And okay, so what if I got it wrong? Well, first of all, we're only going to abandon this wave count if we do actually invalidate it by taking out that 39, 83, 87. But okay, let's say we do that. Well, what does that mean? Does that mean we just start free falling, you know, no more bounces up, just straight down forever? No, it doesn't mean that. So I think that would still mean that, okay, we have a 5-wave move down here that we're working. And if that 5-wave move does violate that 39, 83, 87 level there, if it does that, well, we can no longer consider it C wave of an expanded flat wave for it. We would have to consider it as either an A wave or a 1 wave of a further developing move to the downside. Again, I'm not even going to entertain that unless we do 4-1 overlap. So just keep that in the back pocket for now. I think it's quite possible tomorrow we will see our flush down and potentially make our bottom. So either tomorrow into Friday, I'm expecting some sort of low to form here. And then as long as that occurs above that key level, that 4-1 overlap level, obviously we're going to view this as a very important level, a pivot potentially, and be working a potential move up to new highs in wave 5. So stay on your toes, buckle up for tomorrow and Friday. It could get interesting. I don't know what's going to happen overnight. Futures action can be somewhat unpredictable overnight and can certainly diverge at times from what you'll see in the regular session. But given the, weakness towards the lows of the day and closing pretty weak, I wouldn't expect a strong overnight futures session. But I guess be prepared for anything. Futures could certainly start pumping or bouncing overnight. Who knows? Partly depends on what's happening in overseas markets. But I imagine after a day like this, in the U.S. market, you'll probably see some weakness in the overseas markets as well. But again, they've been acting weak for a while, so maybe they'll actually bottom and help change the overall sentiment. We'll see. Anyway, that's what I want to go through. So yes, certainly more severe than perhaps what I was first expecting, but I've laid out my case here to stay overall bullish, and I've certainly shown you where I will change my mind. And given the importance here, I think I'll be doing some more frequent updates until things look kind of handled and we have something clear to go with here. All right, Serial Trader signing off.